Beneath the black waters of Midgard, something coils in silence. A serpent so vast its body encircles the earth. The gods named it Jörmungandr, the apocalyptic child of Loki, cast into the ocean by Odin, doomed to rise when the final battle comes. Ragnarok will begin with its release. Thor will fall with its venom in his veins, and yet, before the end, there were omens. A castle that vanished into mist, a cat that was no cat, a horn that drank the sea. This is a haunted retelling of the Midgard Serpent's prophecy, where divine illusions, cursed kings, and ancient deceit weave the fate of gods and men. Now let's get to today's scares. First, the serpent's origins. Jormungandr wasn't destined to merely coil beneath the waves. No. Prophecies foretold he would rise during Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods, and unleash chaos upon the cosmos. To prevent this, Odin, god of wisdom, cast the serpent into the sea. But this didn't end the prophecy. It only made Jormungandr more dangerous, for as he grew, he absorbed the primordial wisdom of the deep, becoming a psychic nexus, a living, breathing doomsday clock counting down to Ragnarok. Second, the vanishing castle. Where did this great serpent come from? Well, the answer lies in an ethereal castle that materialized one morning on the eastern shore of the ocean. The gods, curious and concerned, decided to investigate. What they found inside was a vast treasure trove, not just of gold and jewels, but of ancient texts and artifacts hinting at a forgotten past. As Thor reached for one of these relics, however, the castle dissolved into mist, leaving him with a single clue, a cryptic riddle inscribed on a ring. If the prophecy was to be averted, Thor would have to solve it. Third, the cat that was no cat. Accompanied by his two loyal goats, Thjalfi and Tangrisnir, Thor journeyed across the realm in search of answers. Along the way, they encountered a mysterious cat lounging on a nearby rock. Now, any ordinary cat would have been a small, furry nuisance, but this one was enormous, with eyes like glowing embers and fur as dark as a moonless night. As Thor approached, the cat simply stared back, unblinking, its presence radiating an otherworldly menace. Whatever sorcery was at play here, Thor knew he had stumbled upon another piece of the puzzle, but in what way, he couldn't possibly know. Fourth, the horn that drank the sea. After consulting with the wise and enigmatic Heimdall, guardian of the Bifrost, Thor learned that the only way to stop the Midgard Serpent's prophecy was to find 3 magical artifacts hidden across the 9 worlds. With Heimdall's help, he retrieved the first 2, the vanishing castle and the enigmatic cat. But the third, a horn of immeasurable power, lay at the bottom of the ocean, guarded by the Midgard Serpent itself. Of course, Thor was up to the challenge. Descending into the murky depths, he engaged the serpent in a battle that shook the very foundations of the sea. But as their struggle intensified, Thor realized he wasn't facing just any serpent. It was Jormungandr, the embodiment of destruction, and he was merely an unwitting pawn in a much larger game. Fifth, the prophecy. All of this was orchestrated by Loki, the trickster god, who had disguised himself as the giant king, fathered children with multiple goddesses, including the Midgard Serpent's mother, and then stirred up Ragnarok just for fun. But even he did not know the whole prophecy. Something older than the Norse gods stirred in the deep, something that whispered to the serpent before Ragnarok, something that granted the giant strength and intelligence beyond their own. And as Thor fell to the serpent's venom, the prophecy came full circle, revealing a truth more terrifying than Ragnarok itself. Do you think the giant king Loki was truly Loki in disguise? Do you think Thor ever stood a chance against the serpent? And do you think this prophecy was older than the Norse gods themselves? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to my channel.